Everybody's talking all this stuff about me. Why don't they just let me live? Everybody. As you can see, I'm moving. Hi, I'm Zoe, the Tipsy Psychic. Sorry, I forgot that bit. Usually I say it a little earlier in the video before I start singing, but I'm in such a good mood, because that's my prerogative. It's the way I want to live. Britney Spears, look it up. Woo! It's the compatibility between a Libra Scorpio, Cusp, and a Taurus. Ba ba ba. This is exciting. A Taurus may make you feel more leveled. Shit, who's calling me? Hello? Okay, bye. Well, I feel unspecial. You both need to be very comfortable and feel like you belong. You share so much and you like the same things, you share the same opinions about things. Your strong inner child is appealing to them, and their high-spirited innocence is something that you really understand and maybe relate to a little bit. You have to be on the same wavelength with them. It's my prerogative. It's the way I want to live. Okay, get out of my head. But you constantly need to stay grounded to be on the same page. You have a very positive influence on them, and the more they're around you, the more they start to shine. Like you have that effect on them. But you have to be careful not to push them and start problems. Sarcasm can be something you are both very good at, but be careful, do not make it a theme. Two sarcastic people can become two very negative people, and you want to avoid that. So after a while, that sarcasm can cause you to alienate one another. They feel like a constant in your life. You can be a very powerful couple when it comes to being inventive and logical. You could change history if you work together. You are so alike in your capabilities, but it can actually, instead of making it better and stronger, it can actually weaken you, and it can make things worse. When you fight, it's usually in the form of a conversation. You don't usually throw things at each other. It isn't that kind of like fury fight, but it is like intellectual. Your disagreements are not emotion driven. They're more debate-like, and the subjects usually aren't very petty. You aren't very open about money as much as your Taurus is. When you get that promotion or you make a very profitable sale, even though you might not think it's fun to bring up or anything, bring it up because it'll be a good discussion for you and your Taurus. Don't be afraid. It's not a taboo topic, you know? Taboo, 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 taboo. Sometimes your pessimism can cloud your judgment. You're so focused on a moment that you forget to focus on happy thoughts. Try to focus your energy on achievements and rewards instead of negativity and dark thoughts, because this will impact your relationship no shit. It's so easy to get distracted by your Taurus's vibrant spirit, but don't let them steer you off your path. You know what I mean? Stay motivated, not carried away by them, because they'll distract you from where you're supposed to be headed, if that makes any sense. And that's something you can control, but you just have to acknowledge it and make sure you're not really investing all your time in them and forgetting about your path or your career or your destiny or whatever you were meant to do or working towards before you met them. A Taurus will like how you appreciate the finer things in life. You may have trouble figuring out where you stand with them. It's like you might start dating and then months later you still aren't sure where you stand and what's going on. What are we? What are we? There's a sort of power struggle here. You take turns trying to be the teacher. You usually both enjoy parody, so that's something. If it's a rainy day and it's also date night, you guys should watch a parody. It's just the type of humor, you know? You're both witty and you share the same sense of humor. You can be sarcastic and you really like dark comedy, maybe even offensive humor. You naughty, naughty you. Sometimes others may not like the jokes you both make, So remember to be kind of sensitive when you're hanging out with friends together. They're gonna be like, whoa, that's fucked up, not funny. But you're gonna be like, ha 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 ha. You thought it was funny. But in the end, it just makes you feel closer and more understood. So nice. Okay, that got weird real fast. You both just like to joke around together. That's kind of a big part of your relationship and how you spend time together. 'Tis the true nature of the relationship. Cheers. You both like having get-togethers, and you can hang out with not just one friend, but you hang out with like a bunch of them at the same time. That's how you both prefer it. But try to work on debating less. You guys do it so well, but you gotta try to focus on the moment, and not everything is an argument or a discussion, okay? Your spats can become an issue. It's so easy to drive yourself crazy. Crazy for... Sorry. If you have a misunderstanding, stop overanalyzing it, okay? Doesn't help. I don't need permission, make my own decisions. Ow! That's my prerogative. That Britney Spears, man. That Britney Spears. Where were we? Not everything has a hidden message. Jeez. You can get caught up in your thoughts. If you're confused or have anxiety about something, just don't overthink it. Shish kebab. Don't just jump to conclusions. Talk to them about it. A Taurus doesn't like drama. They don't like keeping things inside. So clear the air. Make sure all the air is clear. Emotionally, Febreze the air. Wow, that was deep. They like how you have their back and they can count on you. A Taurus will feel so proud to be with someone who is so open-minded. You both are intellectual with one another. You respect each other's opinions and ideas. They like someone who can think for themselves and who's intellectual. They like your intellect. It's very important, okay? They need someone smart and intelligent. You both are usually into the same things. You perceive things the same way. Physically, an authority is an ongoing theme here. But you both like to be in charge. You usually don't get very serious and emotional as a couple. You have a very laid back, enjoyable relationship. And when it comes to being committed, like on a profound level, things just don't usually manifest that way. Try to plan things out more, just keep it together. And work on cleanliness too. Don't use me as an example because what the fuck is all that, right? I don't even know. Being on the same page and like putting yourself in their shoes is super important, especially when it comes to communication and resolving these arguments that you have. Go out of your way to demonstrate your love all the time, like all the time. You have to be a constant in their life. Gosh, I cannot do it this close. It's freaking me out. There we go. If you dismiss your Taurus's thoughts and their ideas and their suggestions, then your Taurus will not respond well. They won't like it. I mean, would you? Come on. They will get defensive and hurt. A huge obstacle will be constant spats, and it can really hinder the growth of the relationship. Marriage is very common with this combination. Relationships between these two signs like happen all the time. Avoid clashing over who is in charge. Be a team. When you are critical towards your Taurus, that's when things really can mess up because it's devastating to them. They kind of look to you in a way, they really respect your guidance a lot of the time. So if you are criticizing them or you're not being careful with your words when it comes to like the stuff they like, then that can go the wrong way. With this pair, it's interesting because you often start out not liking each other, right? So you just don't like each other when you meet. But after a while, you end up falling for each other. But you usually don't have like forbidden flings, or you're not having affairs together. That's not how it goes. It's usually in a more traditional, proper way that you meet. Not by being a homewrecker, basically. When you do befriend a Taurus, you don't usually do it with the intention of dating them or wooing them. But being friends first does strengthen the bond. It strengthens the potential for the relationship. And it does up your chances for things to last in the long run. A Taurus may take time getting to know you. You can be a little too intense in the beginning, and they just may not like you. You both enjoy pleasure differently. You enjoy sex on a spiritual level, and you get overwhelmed by it. And in a marriage, the Taurus may not be as carried away in the bedroom as you are. You may stop being on the same page when it comes to pleasuring each other. When you share a household and you're in a marriage, you each take charge of different areas of the marriage because you oversee things in a different way. And it kind of just happens naturally. They feel warm to you. You may seem more vulgar, and they might come across as more innocent and reserved. It's harder for them to open up to you at first. You can use humor as a shield or even a weapon, and sometimes you can take it too far. Taurus may feel uneasy or offended when you get out of hand. They are gentle beings, and they're steady, and they won't be used to this type of explosive temper or sudden comments, you know? They can seem petty, and they won't know how to handle it. The first thing a Taurus will do when you get that way is probably to get the fuck out of that situation. The fight or flight mechanism kicks in and they fly away. Trust me. When you have couple troubles, you may project onto others instead of dealing with it, and this will tear you apart. A Taurus loves to boast about you. You're like a win for them. Score! And they don't mind showing you off to their loved ones. They're really proud to be with someone like you. If you just got out of a very abusive or, insecure relationship that was very damaging to you emotionally, a Taurus may feel very safe for you. They love how smart you are. You both have a lot of financial luck together. It feels good to be financially stable, don't you think? When you do, like I said, this usually doesn't happen, but when you do cheat with each other or have like flings together, it's not a very emotionally expressive or profound relationship. You're very blunt with each other. You like to be naked with each other, figuratively and physically. Things can be very sensual. Your carnal instincts just kick in. You will influence how your Taurus thinks. Whoa, for a stubborn Taurus, that's crazy. They might feel better about staying in the moment, and they might be better at perfecting their arguments. And you love the security, you love the comfort. Sometimes keeping things platonic is the best thing to do. Being with them really helps you chill out. As parents, you rule over your children like authority figures. You're very stern and very practical parents. You try to teach your children about your philosophies and your values and instill those in them. Drill it into their little brains. You really encourage them to think outside the box, and you prepare them for the future in a very realistic way. It's not until they're teens that you usually start to give them more leeway. And depending on their sign, it can definitely cause them to rebel against you. This is a very intellectual relationship. Like I said, you're attracted to each other's intellect, but you can also make each other lazy, and it can slow down your career if you're not careful. But when you're so laid back, it's less stressful. It's nice. You both like comfort, but your home has to look good too. And you both don't mind dressing up for date night. So nice. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you have a wonderful day, and I hope you subscribe to my channel if you are on the cusp of Libra and Scorpio or Taurus. Then I would love to hear your comments below, and even if you're not on the cusp, I want to know what you think. So let's start a discussion. Like my video, subscribe. Okay, bye.